Hello guys, welcome you all in my YouTube channel Tech with Rakesh. So today in this tutorial we will discuss about the AIAG VDA PFMA. So guys, before using this PFMA, we were aware about the AIAG PFMA, but in 2019 June, a new PFMA launched by AIAG VDA PFMA. So guys, this PFMA is very different from earlier 4th edition PFMA of AIAG. So what are the changes has been done in this PFMA? We will discuss here broadly. Guys, we know that PFMA is the major part of the IATF document. So when you will go to face IATF 2020 audit, so you have to show AIAG VDA PFMA format. So here we will discuss. So guys, let's keep watching this video till the end. AIAG VDA first edition. So guys, we know that AIAG and VDA both are two standard of automotive industries. So one is North America based and another is German based. So AIAG is North American based standard and VDA is German based standard. So both combined together and came on a common platform, and both launched or both have published a new VDA AIAG VDA first edition PFMA in June 2019. So here we will discuss. So in this video, what are the points where we are going to discuss? So these are the contents. What is the history of PFMA? Overview of PFMA, a scope when to use, objective of FMEA, introduction to AIAG VDA FMEA, steps to FMEA, severity rating, occurrence rating, detection rating, and action priority table. So these are the some changes like AP table. So before this PFMEA, AP table was not in anywhere. So this is very new. So here we will discuss in broadly. So what is the history of PFMEA? FMEA first developed in 1950s and it was approved by NASA Aerospace when Apollo 1 mission was got failed of NASA. Then NASA in 1960 approved the FMEA approach before any going to perform the processes. So after that, Ford Company of North America automotive sector who implemented the FMEA in automotive industry in 1970. After that implementation of Ford, there are three big companies named Chrysler LLC and Ford Motor and GM. All three industry combined together and implemented FMEA in their industry. So after implementing these big three companies, Automotive Industry Action Group of American Society of Quality Control copyrighted this standard in 1993, and second edition came in 1995 and third edition in 2001, and latest we were using before coming AIAG VDA PFMA, that was fourth edition of 2008 AIAG FMEA. So now AIAG VDA first edition came in June 2019. What is the overview of FMEA? So failure mode effect analysis. It is an analytical approach to identify the failure modes of any processes or design before going to perform the any step. So before going to perform any step or of design or process side, we evaluate the failure modes of process or design. So this is the main reason to perform the FMEA. There are four types of risk. In FMEA, we only discuss about technical risk. There are four types of risk: technical risk, financial risk, time risk, and QMS risk. But in FMEA, we perform only technical risk rather than financial, time, and QMS. A scope when to use. So FMEA will focus on those applications within the automotive industries and automotive supply. It is only for automotive industries or automotive supply where technical functions are used. The scope of FMEA is the complete design process or technology. The scope of FMEA should focus on the modification to design or process. When you are going to change some or modifying design or processes, you have to do FMEA. The scope FMEA should focus on the impact of new environment, location or application usage on the design or process. When you are going to changes environment, location means manufacturing location you can say, or application usage on the design or processes. What is the objective of FMEA? When you are going to perform FMEA, what is its main objective? So by applying FMEA, you will increase quality, reliability, manufacturability, serviceability and safety of automotive products. By applying this, warranty of product will reduce. Increase customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction will also increase because before going any process, you are identifying their failure modes and you are taking some preventive action and detectability. So this is the main reason for customer satisfaction. Maintain defect free product, so your quality will increase and rejection will decrease. Reduce process variation. Introduction of AIAG VDA PFMEA. So guys, we discussed AIAG Automotive Industries Action Group is a North American based a standard of quality, and VDA is Verband their automobile industries. It is German based for automotive manufacturer. So both are two standards of quality of two different countries. So before AIAG VDA PFMEA, there were two PFMEA. One was AIAG and VDA. So both AIAG and VDA decided to come on a common platform to launch a common FMEA to reduce the uh, redundancy in their FMEA. So guys, in June 2019, both came together to publish or to launch a new edition or first edition of AIAG VDA PFMEA. So its first edition came in June 2019, and in this collaboration, some OEMs and Tier 1 suppliers combined. So here we will discuss in AIG which companies were from OEMs and Tier 1, and VDA which companies were from OEMs and Tier 1. So in AIAG, OEMs were Ford, GM, Honda, Daimler Truck, FCA US LLP, and Tier 1 next year Bendix, ZF, TRW on semiconductor. And from VDA side, Daimler AG, Ford Euro, Volkswagen AG, Adam Open AG, Robert Bosch, GmbH, Continental, Nord. These are the OEMs and Tier 1 companies who combined or come on a common platform to launch or perform a new PFMEA. So what are the major changes has been done in AIG PDA PFMEA rather than the AIAG 4th edition FMEA? So in this PFMEA, a 7-step approach has been adopted. It is totally revised severity, occurrence and detection rating. Here action priority methodology has been adapted over the RPN. Earlier we were using RPN risk priority number, so this risk priority number has been replaced by AP. So new forms it in color with linkage. Or here we will discuss the linkage with color. So in this format, some columns which are linked with another column with a color linkage. PFD is integral part. So guys, in AIG 4th edition PFMEA, PFD was external part. Before performing PFD, you were not allowed to go to PFMEA. But here PFD is the integral part of the FMEA. So when you are going to perform PFMEA or FMEA, there is no need to do PFD from. Here 4M approach prevention and detection action added to replace recommended action. So earlier was recommended action, but here 4M approach has been adopted. Added a status of action. Here another column has been added of action of status. What the action has been taken, what are the status of that action, either has been completed or ongoing or not completed. So like that. Added a special characteristic to replace classification. Like guys, we know that in AIG PFMA we were discussing, there were a column called classification. In classification we were specify safety form fit function or material, but in this uh, new FMEA, that has been replaced by a special characteristic, a special product characteristic, and in this column we define safety form fit function and material. So what are the 7-step approach? So in 7-step approach is, first one is planning and preparation, second is structure analysis, third is function analysis, fourth is failure analysis, fifth is risk analysis, sixth is optimization, and seventh is result documentation. When somewhere you will go some you can say somebody will discuss about only six step approach. So result and documentation is an optional. Step 1, planning and preparation. PFMA project plan. A plan for execution of the PFMA should be developed. So when you are going to do anything, so first doing anything you have to do some plans, how you have to do, what are the things you required, what you are going to using, what are their time periods, like that you have to discuss first. So it is recommended that the 5T to be used in a step planning and preparation. You have to use 5 things. One is task, tool, intent is also called intention, time and team. When you are going to do planning and preparation, first of all you have to form a team. In team you can select some 4 person from every department, each and every department, or you can extend your team like utilizing suppliers and operator. Suppose your operator are highly skilled, so you can add your operator in this team. Earlier in FMEA, AIAG FMEA, there were no extended team like supplier and operator, but here are flexibility. Be timing. When you are going to do any, when you are going to plan anything, so planning, regarding planning you have to also give it some time foundation, in which time what are the elements you have to cover. So in this timing you have to make a format like this. In elements you have to write in left side, and in right side you have to retain the months with date. So which elements or which points will be covered in how many days, so here will be discussed. Intent. What is the intention of your performing PFMA? Why you are going to do this project? So here you have to mention what are the tools you are going to utilize to perform this PFMEA or FMEA. So you can use PFD, drawing 3D model, technical requirements, FMEA manual first edition. So when you are going to perform this PFMEA or FMEA, first edition manual you have to also required. Customer specific requirements, what are the specific requirements of the customer you have also required. Past defect history, what are the past defect history of your product. 7 QC tools, legal requirement and FMEA of similar product. So these are the tools of FMEA. Task. So when you are going to perform any task, first of all you have to define which task will be performed by whom. So here you will assign the task like this. You have to retain elements or task in left side, and in right side your team will be mention. So which tasks was performing by which team, here you have to mention. So I have taken in right side production, quality, NPD, purchase, maintenance, HR, like this. Form number is another thing. So and in legends, this colorful, sorry, this colorful legend has been circle has been defined to who is responsible for a scope of definition, and this blank circle is uh, defining that who is co-responsible. So in a scope of definition, here I have taken NPT is responsible and maintenance is co-responsible. So guys, this is the new AIAG VDA PFMEA format. So you can see in later slide we will discuss broadly about each steps. So first you see this format. Here in header there is a planning and preparation. This is a step 1. Guys, we know that 7 step has been adopted for AIAG VDA PFMEA. Here 6 has been written and another is result. So in 6 steps this format has been prepared. So first is header, planning and preparation, step 1. So in header, here we will discuss. Or second in structure analysis step, function analysis step, third failure analysis step, risk analysis and optimization. So in later slide we will discuss broadly what are the planning and preparation step. So what is the PFMEA header? So PFMEA header, here you have to write company name. So what is your company? So here will be subject, why you are going to perform the FMEA or PFMEA. Here you have to mention the subject. Suppose you are going to perform any project, so you have to write the name of the project here. PFMEA ID number. So PFMEA ID number will be given by your system coordinator, or you can say management representative. So he is authorized to give a quality document number. So here will be written PFMEA ID number. This is unique for each PFMEA document. Uh, Plant location. So here you have to mention plant location. Where is your plant location? PFMEA starting date. So when you have started this PFMEA, here you have to mention a starting date means it is not necessary that when you are performing or first time you are performing AIAG VDA PFMEA, so you have to write here AIAG VDA PFMEA starting date. No, it's not necessary. When you have firstly discussed about PFMEA in your industry, about any edition, it's not required. So here you have to mention it can be AIAG first edition, second edition, third edition and fourth edition, or either it can be latest edition AIAG VDA PFMEA. Here will be process responsibility, who is responsible for process whom you are going to discuss. So here his name will be in here, his name, email ID and phone number will be written. Here customer name. So who is your customer? So your customer name will be written here. And PFMEA revision date. Suppose you are going to change some contents in your PFMEA, then here you have to write revision date. Suppose you review the PFMEA and there is no revision, so there is no need to write the date of revision. So it will be same from earlier. So review and revision both are different. Review is the review means it can be changed or it cannot be changed. So in review, when decision has been taken to change the content, so you have to write the date and revision date. Confidentiality level. So this document can be confidential or can be for business level. So here you have to mention if it is for business purpose. Business purpose means you can share this document to any others. If it is proprietary level, then you cannot share this document to your customer. So you have to ask your customer to come to the company and you can show this PFMEA at your company. Here model number or model year or program of the product will be written. So this is the PFMEA header. So here structure analysis of PFMEA. Guys, when you will go from old AIAG 4th edition PFMEA, here was a process step and function was in same column, but here that column has been elaborated in three columns. First is process item, second is process step, and third is process work element, and these three column combinedly called a structure analysis of PFMEA VDA AIAG. So in process item, you have to write system, subsystem, or part element or name of the process. Suppose you are assembling vehicles, or take an example of assembly of pulsar bike. Then you have to write the process item pulsar. Suppose when your company is manufacturing of only assembly of brake part, so you have to write disc brake, yeah, drum brake, like that. Suppose your company is producing any single element like uh, brake shoe, brake pad, like that, then you have to write your brake shoe, brake pad, your uh, name of part element. So here system will be bike, pulsar, subsystem will be drum brake, any sub assembly part, and part item, element will be like brake shoe and brake pad. So here you have to write process step. So for assembling this pulsar bike, what are the steps you have to perform? You have to write it in manner from input to output, you have to write. So guys, here we know that the PFD is the integral part of the AIAG VDA PFMEA. So there is no need to go PFD from extra. So here you have to take PFD. Suppose circle you are taking for input, then here you have to denote the input. The first input of raw material, then second process what you are going to perform. So all process steps you have to write in this column for performing system, subsystem, or part element. Here will be written process element, process work element. What are the requirement of performing that process step? Here will be written. So it can be man, machine, material, method, environment. So you have to mention all the things. So this is the new from previous. Here we will discuss function analysis. Guys, we will see that here three columns are shown in three different colors. So all these different three colors are also linked with function analysis. So here is this column is related with process item. So it means that both the column are linked together. This is also a changes in this PFMEA. In with color linkage you can show. Here function has been elaborated in another three columns. One is product and process function that the process item creates. So suppose you are going to your product is so we have taken bike. So you can take anything. What is your product? You can write here. What are the function of your product in your lab, in plant level, your ship to plant, when you are going to shipping your customer. So what is the function of your product at that customer? You have to also write here. And what is the function of the end user? So suppose you are assembling with M10 bolt. So you have to write your function of product or that process. What is the function of that product at your plant level? So suppose you are assembling anything with M10 bolt, so you have to mention here. So when you are shipping that product to the company or customer, so what he do, he assemble with door motor. Suppose your product is going to be integral part of the door motor assembly, so you have to write a door motor assembly. Suppose when end user, when the customer who is buying uh, or using this product, where does he use? He used to open that door, open and close and fix the door. That product is being used by the customer or end user customer for opening and closing or fixing the door. So you have to mention every your plant level function, your customer level function, and your end user function. So these are the optional customer and end user you can take it's upon you. So here this is the new thing has been added in this AIAG VDA PFMEA. And what are the function outcome? Suppose you are assembling M10 board, then what are the outputs? 2 hole diameter, CD centered CD हो गया and cam diameter, concentrate CT, width, parallelism. These are the suppose outcomes of the your process steps. So function or outcome. So here you have taken suppose process step here has been linked with outcome. So when you will go for process step in input and process step 1, step 2 like that, you will find that every process step has some outputs and some output have some their characteristics. So here characteristics you have to mention, and after that here it will be mentioned to function task. So this is linked with process work element. Here man machine indirect material or method or environment. So here you have to mention what are the function of your work element. Suppose work element has been taken man. So suppose for first process for that product you have to taken only man or machine. So you have to mention the what are the function or what are the requirement of the man and machine should be in your process. So you have to mention your skill level of the operator and capacity of the machine and pressure. What is should be the pressure of the machine, a stroke length if required. So every function of task of work element you have to mention in this column. So guys, you are saying that these columns are related or linked with a structure analysis. So it has been linked with a same color. Yes, here is the failure analysis. When you are going to analysis of failure, so in earlier there was 5 column: potential failure mode, potential effect of the failure, then severity, classification, and potential cause of failure. But in this 5 column has been converted into only 4 column and linked with color. So linked with a structure analysis and function analysis. So in failure effect, what are the effect at your plant level you have to mention. When you are going to assembly bolt, then what are their failure modes you have to write here. It can be loose, it can be broken. When you are going to ship to the plant, so that plant was assembling your bolt into fitting the door with motor. So motor can be fitment issue. So at end user, what will be abnormal sound, tighten in opening or closing door. It can be at effect of failure at your end user. So you have to mention here. Then you have to come here severity of failure effect. So what are the severity at your plant level of that failure? What are the severity of at shipment to the plant when you are at your customer? So here at different location, means at your plant, at your customer, at your end user, will be different or it can be similar severity. So you have to write here 3 severity. Here is failure modes. What are the failure modes? So this is linked with function analysis. Suppose you are taking outcomes of the your process step. So process step is linked with function. So process step you have taken function, you have taken 2 dia hole. So 2 dia hole, it can be oversized, it can be undersized. So these are the failure modes of this failure effect. So you have to mention your failure modes. It can be oversized, undersized, whole dia out, like that you have to mention, or you have to mention at each step what at your plant level, what at your customer level, and what at your end user level. So these are optional, both are optional. You can perform or you just simply can skip. Failure cause. Failure cause. What are the cause of the failure? You have to mention here: unskilled, Suppose the pole is overcharged, so it can be unskilled or new operator, wrong punch used, punch wear or low grade punch, like that. These are the cause of failures. So guys, in risk analysis, when you will go, so you will see that RPN has been changed to AP, risk action priority, and classification has been changed with a special product characteristics. In classification earlier we were writing safety, form, fit, function, material, like that. Here same thing will be written, but name has been changed to classification to a special product characteristics. So here you have, in this column you have to write what are your current prevention control, occurrence of failure cause. What are the occurrence of failure cause? Occurrence means frequency. It can be time based or it can be quantity based. So suppose that failure cause is happening uh, 2 times in 1 hour, or two in two product in out of 100. You can just mention here. So it is time based or it can be quantity based. So here detection, what is your current detection control? So it can detection control of failure cause and or failure mode. So of both current detection you have to write here. Here you have to take detection of failure cause and failure mode, same thing. So you have to write here. Action priority has been differently changed by RPN, so later we will discuss what is action priority. And severity rating, detection rating, how you have to give the rating 8, 7, 6, 5. Earlier in PFMA it was not quantified or identified uh, how you have to give the rating. So here that all ratings has been quantified, for which region you have to give how much rating for every severity, occurrence and detection. Here is optimization. So earlier was recommended actions. So recommended action has been extended in prevention action and detection action. So here you have to write what is the prevention action of that failure cause and detection action of the failure cause. Responsibility and target date. This column has been split in different two columns. Here you have to write the responsible person's name and completion of target date, that task. So here you have to show the status. In this FMA or old FMA, PFMA, it was not mention the status of the your task, but here a status of the task has been mentioned. It is newly added. So when your task is open, completed, continuing, so everything, so you have to mention the status. Action taken with pointer to evidence. So what are the action has been taken, you have to write here. And what is the completion date? When you are going to complete, your status is open, then when you are going to complete this, you have to write here. And severity, new occurrence and new detection. After the taking these actions, what are the changes in severity, occurrence and detection, you have to write here. And here action priority number. So 7 step is result documentation. We discussed about when we will go discussion. So somebody will discuss only 6 step, but 7 is also a result and documentation, which is not in the format, but it is extra, which is not mentioned in format. So the scope and result documentation of PFMEA be summarized in a report. So when you are going to perform PFMEA, these all PFMEA reports will be summarized in a document. The report can be used for communication purpose within the company. So these reports will be utilized for communicating to the company or within the company. When you are going to communicate about this PFMEA, you will show these documents. It can be PFMEA team or meeting report. Already we discussed how to make the team. PFMEA timing plan, which task will be covered in how many days. So you have to take a timing plan. Summary of high risk failure. So what are the summary of high risk failure? What action you have taken on high risk failure. So all these things will be documented in a document, summarized in a document. So these all documents can be used for the internal communication. Yes guys, this is severity rating. So severity rating we discussed about earlier was not clear that for which region you have to give how much severity level rank. So here we will discuss how for which region you have to give how much rating. So here is a severity 1 to 10. When severity is high, then you have to mention 10, and when severity is low, then you have to give the 1. So here effect 9 and 10, when you are going to give 9 and 10 rating, then it will be higher severity. 8 7 moderately high, 4 5 6 moderately low, 2 3 low, and 1 is for very low. So what is impact at your plant, what is impact at your customer, what is impact at the end user, when to know, you have to write here. So 9 and 10, suppose 9 and 10 is high, so for which reason you have to give high at your plant. Failure may result in an acute health or safety risk for the manufacturing or assembly or worker. Suppose your failure modes are high risk for regarding worker or anything else regarding safety, then you have to give 10 rating. For which reason we have to give 9? Here failure may result in plant regulatory compliance. Suppose your plant regulatory is not following the safety compliance, so for that you have to write here 9. Suppose it has been decided by safety regulatory compliance to provide PPEs for workers, and you are not providing, then it will be 9. 100% of production run affected may have to be scrapped. Suppose you performed any task, and your all the 100% production has been affected. When one defect came in one product, then you have to scrap all the product, then you will take moderately high 8 rating. Production may have to be sorted and portioned. Suppose one defect is find in your product, then you are sorting and you are scrapping less than 100%, then you have to give 7 rating. When 100% production may have reworked offline and accepted. When that product has been can be reworked or can be accepted 100%, so you have to write, or you have to give 6 rating, moderately low. A portion of the production may have to be reworked offline and accepted, or production of reworked can be offline or accepted, so here you have to give 5. A portion means not 100%, here you are going for 100% rework, but here you are going for a portion of rework. 100% of production run may have to be reworked in a station before it is processed. So suppose you identified the any defects in the product, and you reworked at a station 100% at same station, so it will be given 4. Suppose your process is established like that, when defect is found at final station, then final station worker or operator is able to do 100% rework, then you have to give 4 rating. And if that product is not passing at defect product is not passing that next level, then you have to go give 4 rating. Like that, a portion of the product may have to be reworked in a station before it is processed. When you are going to process for next step, it is reworked at the same stage where that defect has been generated. That is, for that region you have to give 3 rating. Or site inconvenience to process or operator, you have to give 2 rating. No disjunct effect means there is no defect or there is no effect of that failure cause, you have to give 1 rating. So like that it can be in your plant, this is for your plant, and this column is for your customer, and this is for your end user. So when it is known, you have to write here. When it is not known, then you will not uh, necessary to cover these things. So these are optional. You can go through, just read out, and you can understand easily for which region you have to give how much severity rating. Like that, occurrence rating table. So we discussed occurrence can be time based, or it can be incident based or quantity based. Suppose in 100 quantity, two product is defected, so it is called incident based. Or time based, suppose in every hour two products are coming defected, so it is time based. Or one is prediction of failure. When you are going to design any new technology, then there are some prediction of failures, and that occurrence will be in prediction of failure. So like that, severity table, here are also 10 ratings has been given, 1 to 10, 1 for very low and 10 for very high, and here quantity has been defined. So suppose when occurring of your product defect, it has been taken on incident base greater than 100 per thousand, so you have to give very high, means 10 rating. When 50 per thousand, then high, 8 rating. When 20 per thousand, then high, 8 rating also. When 10 per thousand, then it is also high, then you have to get 7 rating. So like this you have to go. When failure is eliminated, when there is no failure of your product, it has been prevented 100% through preventive control, then it is very low. Here you have to keep 1. Detection table. So like that, severity and occurrence, you can also go through detection rating table. So 1 is for very high and 10 is for very low. When you are going to give 10 detection rating, it means that it is very low, and when you are going to give 1, it is very high, means detection in 1 rating is, it means that that product is not able to detect it in your process. And when you are going to give 10, it means that that product is easily detectable at your process. So here for 9 and 10 combinedly, rating has been given very low, 487 low, 56 moderate, 43 too high, and 14 very high. It is not rating when you, so 1 is for very low, very high. No testing or inspection method has been established or is known. It means that suppose there is no testing or inspection method has been established, because there was no defect generation at that process, or there was no need to use detectability, so you have to give very low or 10 rating. So like that you can go 10 to 2. Just read out, this is the detection method, maturity and opportunity, so both are different. So you can go detection maturity and opportunity for detection. Just read out, both are very simple, how you have to do. Action priority, guys, discussed we action priority is a newly added in this PFMA, AIG media PFMA. Earlier was RPN, risk priority number. In risk priority number we were going to multiply uh, severity, occurrence and detection ratings. So here it is very different, action priority number. So what is action priority number? A table was viewed, that is logic based. You have to prepare a table which which will be on the basis of some logics. The logic take into consideration the level of severity, amount of detection and control being used. All of these items are what the current manual advises to be considered when prioritizing actions. To make the table manageable, the table group together categories of severity of occurrence and detection such as like this. The combination of each group is assigned a high, medium and low prioritization. The table covers possible of 1000 combinations. So the logic or justification is listed on the table for each high, medium and low. So you are not going to multiply severity, occurrence and detection. You have to give a high risk, medium risk or low risk after the action in uh, action priority table. So guys, here you will see that some possible combination has been taken, so you can take more combination. Suppose in severity table you find that 9 to 10 means 9 or 10 rank, and in occurrence you find that 6 to 10 means 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and in detection you find that 2 to 10. It means that it is higher AP. You have to give HML in AP, means it is higher. To whom regarding high priority due to safety, regulatory and regulatory effect that have a high or very high occurrence rating. Due to safety compliance, this action priority is very high. So you have to take you must have to take some action on this action priority. So here is not the multiplication of these three things. So here it is very easily detectable that so in which side you have to take the action. Either it can be severity, occurrence and detection. So it is easily you can define that it is higher risk or it is medium risk or it is low risk. So some possible combination has been here written. As per your convenience you can make more than these numbers or more tables for action priority, and you can take action on that basis. If that is high means H is written in action priority, it means that action to improve prevention and control detection or justification on high controls are educate must be taken. When it is medium, then action to improve prevention and control detection control means should be taken. When high, it must be taken. When medium, should be taken. When it is low, could be taken. It can be taken or not. It's depend upon you. So guys, this is a new AIAG PDA, VDA, PFM. So thank you guys. I hope you understand very well. If you have any doubts, then you can go in my comment box, give your queries. I will reply all your queries in possible ways. So thank you again. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay home.